Jayson. Looked like you guys hit some stagnation down the stretch there offensively. What can you guys do to free up the ball a little bit?
I think play with a little more pace, get out and transition more after we get stops. And I think just be aware of moments where, it's getting stagnant and just kind of be able to regroup and point those things out and be better. And not have to wait till, after the game or the next day while we watch film.
How did it feel out there for you after the time off?
Felt rusty. I do feel better than I guess the first time I got it, and I mean honestly, I'm not gonna say I was nervous, but it was definitely heavy on my mind. I guess last night and today, just the anticipation of thinking of how I was gonna feel, and I guess that kind of lingered into the game. Kind of questioning myself, how do I feel? Am I just tired? But I definitely felt better than last time, and it's just something that we all gotta get used to. It's part of the new normal, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So we just gotta adjust and learn to live with it. But I'm certain I'll feel better and feel back to myself way sooner than last time.
Do you plan to play tomorrow?
For sure.
How tough was it? And those were the first games you've missed all season, but to have to sit down and take a step back.
It's tough. I pride myself on trying to play, as much as I can, and try to play, every game. If I'm healthy enough, and yeah, it was that stretch, where it felt like we were getting 10 cases a day in the NBA, and it was almost kind of like just waiting for them to kind of tell me I tested positive, because that's kind of the route that it seemed that we were going. And you try to stay as safe as possible, but there's risk everywhere, and obviously when I found out, it's not like I knew it was coming, but I kind of felt like it was a matter of time, just the way things was going. And, you never don't want to play. So, but, I'm feeling good for the most part, and I'm happy to be back.
And then just your teammates honored you gold medal, Jay, with the video on the first quarter, and then also being able to catch up with Pop and stuff. How nice was that moment pregame?
That was special. I appreciate those guys, and getting a chance to see KJ and some of the other staff and Pop as well. That's something that's a special bond that we'll have, forever. And it was a special thing that we were able to accomplish. Something I always remember, and it's always good seeing them and bringing back good memories from this past summer.
Thank you.
Ime Udoka said that you guys need to be more deliberate in the fourth quarter. Jalen thought you got to do more ball movement, more cutting, things like that. What do you need to get better at in the fourth quarter to get what you want, rather than kind of what the defense is looking for you guys to get?
Yeah, I think especially late game, there's no broad answer. I think late game situation is all about recognition. And recognition sometimes could mean matchups, sometimes it could be moving with pace. So it just varies from game to game plan, who we playing, situation, especially those last couple of minutes, time and score. So just recognizing all those things, and try to take advantage of whatever, is showing at the moment.
Jalen said he thought you guys need to read the game better. Your fourth quarter offense has been pretty bad this year. Is that something where you guys need to take steps, and how do you kind of need to assess the game better during those moments?
Yeah, I mean, reading the game, recognition, I think they go kind of hand in hand. And, you know, there's a handful of close games this year that, you know, a couple of plays that we wish we could have back where, you know, we might have 6 or 7 more wins. And for sure, tough to think about it that way, but it's also kind of like, you know, we're not too far, but, you know, we can't, it's like we got to try to figure it out now.
Thanks.
One Zoom question from John Corrales.
Jayson, when the offense goes into isolation a lot in the fourth quarter, does it make it harder to trust teammates, you know, just in general? Because in the first half, when you move the ball, there's a good chance you're going to get it back. In the second half, it seems like when people get the ball, they say, I don't know if I'm going to get it back, and they go on their own.
I mean, I guess from, you know, afar spectating, you could assume that. And I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but, you know, I know we trust each other in that locker room. Just got to recognize what's working, what we should do in those situations, and take advantage of mismatch or whatever the case may be. And I think as a collective, you know, we just got to recognize and read and communicate a little bit better in those moments.
Different way to approach the same question. Jalen was just talking about how there's a lot of success with Rob and Al running a lot of the offense kind of through the high posts and doing lots of split actions off of that. Would you be in favor of taking the ball out of your hand and Jalen's hand more in crunch time to allow those guys to be playmakers so you guys kind of cut around that?
I mean, again, I think it just depends on the flow of the game, you know, who's playing well, you know, obviously who they have in the game, matchup-wise. But, you know, it's hard to say that we should do that every time. But obviously, I feel like there are situations where that would be beneficial for us. And then there are situations where, you know, guards need to have the ball in their hand. You know, basketball is all about reads, and there could be a different read every play. You know, and NBA teams are good at switching things up, giving you different looks. So you can't just do the same thing over and over again.
And as you put a ton of work into trying to create good looks at the end of the games, like, do you feel like it would be better for you and for the team to sometimes, when it's the right read, to take the ball out of your hands so it can even create easier looks for you that way?
I mean, certain situations, I can see that.
Cool. Thank you.
You and Jalen are two of the league's premier scorers. Can you guys, how do you make it easier? I mean, everybody's asking the same question, but in the fourth quarter, you see guys, you know, Morant, other guys get bucket after bucket and defenses can't stop them. Can you guys combine to kind of to be that effective down the stretch? You had 6 points in the fourth quarter. Jalen had 2. I mean, it just seems like you guys aren't even getting, you know, clean shots because they're being blitzed, doubled, or whatever. And does that, guys, make you easier to defend in a sense, because teams know you're going to try to beat them? So it's like, well, you know, let's force the ball out of your hands.
I think I feel like I keep repeating myself, but I think it's just like we gotta read the game. We gotta read the coverage, and sometimes it's hard to get blitzed because, you know, you hit the man rolling and now you're creating an advantage for your team. So, you know, we actively, you know, working on it and watching film and studying after each and every game, trying to just, you know, get better. Obviously, tonight was kind of a tough one, one we wish we could have back. But, you know, obviously it's something to talk about on the plane and film tomorrow, and, you know, just be better for the next game tomorrow.
Wrap it up right there. Thank you, Jayson.
Appreciate it.